Hey everyone. Hi Athena. Hi Ariana. Hey, I'll call you Merc since you're Mercury over here. I had a friend named Mercury, so I like the nickname Merc. But happy Friday, guys. Thanks for joining me. Today we will be doing some more live readings. I have let me show you the boxes that I have. So, I have the Wild Unknown Tarot. I have the Threads of Fate Oracle. I have my Bones. I have and I have my trusty Yes or No coin. So I'm going to test out my bot again, and we'll see if it works. So if you want to join the queue, use !join and oh, thank you. It's actually like a whole little like caftan thing. I got it in Bali. um so yeah, use !join and let's get the queue started. So yeah, I got this from Bali like in 2000. When did I go to Bali? 2017, I think, or 16. I think it was 16. It's gotten a little tight during quarantine. Oh no. So it's saying that the queue. Oh, it's because I did not open it. That's why. I got excited talking to you guys. Okay. Try again. So yeah, I got excited. And that's !join, all like one word, no spaces. So yeah, so I got this in Bali, and then you can't really see it in stream, but my witchy pen pal got me this cute little pendulum necklace. So I'm just trying to be relaxed and chill after a crazy week. Let's see here. All right. All right. So we have Sorry guys, let me make sure I have everything right. Course, still struggling. I think it just needs some time to think. So you guys get your questions ready, think about what you want to do. For now, let's just go in order. I think I saw, so Merc, if you have a question, Brandon, go ahead, put it in the chat and let me know. And just a reminder, if you don't say if you want something, I'm going to just default to tarot. I have my Wild Unknown deck, so that deck's a little more blunt. So if you want some straight shooter answers, this is definitely the week for it. I wonder if I have a chat delay. So, reading bones is different. There's really no set rules, right? So, to read bones, you just kind of have to find things that call to you in a way, and they are assigned a meaning based off of why they were called to you, and you kind of meditate over them, similar to bonding with a new deck, except you do that for every piece in your collection, and no singular collection is the same. But we can totally talk more about like bones and stuff like that, and I can share a Discord with you that I really like. The owner of the Discord runs she has like live bone readings a lot, and she has a lot of information. All right, so guys, I guess the cue is just like not wanting to work, so I will do it the old-fashioned way. This is what I get for trying to be like a techie like live streamer. But go ahead and put your question in the chat, and I will get to you in the order that I see your questions pop up. And while you guys do that, I'm just gonna wake up my decks a little bit, get them ready. So this deck is so pretty. Let me get it really close in that light. It has the gilding on the text and on the side of the deck here. But the cards are like crazy thick. They're really thick and they're really big. My hands are so tiny. Ooh. Is the Capricorn regretting how he treated you and handled everything? I'm going to do the yes or no coin, and then we can ask a slightly different question, just so we can get a better idea of what's going on. All right, so let's switch over to my other view here. I have my yes or no coin. So Heather, I'm going to go ahead and do my coin. Okay, so he does regret how he treated you and how he handled everything. So let's go to the wild unknown and see how he's actually feeling. Hey Tiff, it's nice you finally got to catch me on a live. How are you doing, girl? All right, let's see. So the Capricorn regrets treating her, how he treated her, and how he handled everything. Let's elaborate on that. Elaboration on this. Ooh. No, it's funny when I do these, the decks aren't the only thing that has to wake up. I have to get myself together as well. So like takes me a while to get through the first shuffle. All right, let's elaborate. All right, so you got the 10 of Pentacles, and sorry, there's a little bit of delay in my other camera here, so I'm gonna give that one a break and go back to my main camera, and I'll just hold up the cards. So you got the 10 of Pentacles, and so, you know, it seems like he realized that you're a plethora of resources, like not meaning like he could use you, but just meaning like he found like a foundation in you that could grow into something really good. And he's realizing that he gave that up when he treated you however he treated you and how he handled things. And you know, I see a little bit of regret in this, is like you realize kind of like you had a lot, you had good things in right in your midst, and he like just sort of gave it up and ruined it. So yeah, he's definitely regretting how he feels about how everything went down, and it's because of this. Brandon, yeah, sure. I've never done a collab before, so oh, thank you. I'm glad you like my setup. I'm sorry my camera is being a little janky. So after I moved, my Wi-Fi has been a little weird, and I just switched over to a stream setup where I can use Ethernet, but my second camera is still Wi-Fi. So I think my main setup is now moving like 10 times faster than my secondary camera, which that's fine. All right. So next, Athena asks, how does Chuck feel about me these days? Let's see. How does Chuck feel about Athena these days? How does Chuck feel about Athena? Okay, let's see. We've got 2 cards here. So let's start with this one. We'll start with the Father of Cups. So the cups, of course, we know is all about like emotion and feelings and stuff like that. But the Father, which is in regular Rider-Waite, the King, is very cerebral. So he's really like thinking about how he feels about you. And I think he's processing it and working through that. And he's starting to mature that feeling. But at the same time, you got the Moon card in reverse. So I think he's realizing some disillusionment. He's starting to come out of that disillusionment, and he's starting to see things more clearly. And the two together is really good. Sorry, my setup's all different this time. So he's starting to see, you for much more clearly than he was before, and maybe a little bit more in that emotional aspect. Whereas before he kind of was in his head and a little foggy about what he wanted, perhaps. So, yeah, let me scroll back up to make sure. Yeah, Athena. So, Athena, here you go. Yeah, Tiff, I'm doing really good. I finally finished my move, and my friends came to visit, had a really nice Memorial Day weekend, and I hope you guys did too. For those of you in the States that have that celebrate Memorial Day, or at least had off, I hope you had a really fun weekend. It was unseasonably cold here. And Brandon, thank you. I'm glad you like my setup. Still working on it. Heather, you are so welcome. All right, next up I have Paige, and then I have Ariana. Oh, Heather, yes, Mercury retrograde. I forgot. So between the eclipse full moon and Mercury retrograde, like that whole time frame of just nonsense starting while trying to complete my move. Oh my gosh. Last week I had to have my little like breakdown, and then I was okay. Yeah, Brandon, I keep like seeing your name and wanting to call you Merc, but yeah, let me know what you want to do for the collab. So Paige, and then Ariana, and then I have Tiffany. Yep. Hi, Mystical Lena. I think I'm saying that right, hopefully. Merc, I hope super chats are in my future. That would be so cool. And Athena, you're so welcome. Yeah, it's finally starting to get hot here, and you have a great night. I'll chat with you later, but it's finally starting to get hot here, and can't complain too much about it. I will complain a lot about it. Okay. Let's get one with Paige's question. So what can I expect for the rest of Mercury retrograde? Ooh, that's a good question. What can Paige expect for the rest of Mercury retrograde? Let's see. Come on. There we go. So you got the I don't really do reversals with this deck too often. Sometimes if they fly out that way, I will. But you got the Four of Pentacles, which is really cool. So the fours are all about like stability, and basically for Four of Pentacles, you have resources. So it could be something in your home life. It could be literal like finances. But you're going to start to come into some stability, which is honestly the best thing you could ask for in retrograde, because that's the time where people feel the most unstable. Like everything is just so out of balance and out of whack. So this is really cool. It's really awesome that you're kind of coming into some stability. I also want to look something up because there's something nagging me about this, and Wild Unknown is a little different than Rider Waite. So sometimes I like to check on the books. Oh, that's so funny. It says good news for your bank account and home. So, yeah, okay, this is what I wanted to point out. So, the thing about Mercury retrograde is it can pull out the worst in people. So be careful about being too like stingy about stuff, or just not letting go of things, like just being a little stubborn about stuff. So as long as you don't do that, you're going to have a lot of stability coming towards you. All right, next I have Ariana. What obstacles can I expect for the month of June? Ooh, I see a lot of like, what is my month of June gonna look like questions. Okay, so for Ariana, what obstacles can I expect for the month of June? Ooh, this one. Let me see if my other camera is wanting to catch up. Nope. So, you got the 5 of Swords. I'll do it over here. So, basically, you're going to come up to a lot of change, and maybe you've kind of come to something mentally that you're just finally ready to change up in your life, and you've been thinking about something that's been on your mind, and it's going to cause a little bit of flux, I guess, for June. It doesn't necessarily have to be a bad thing. I'm going to pull a clarifier to see like what to expect out of this. Okay, clarifier on that 5 of Swords. Let's see. Clarifier on the 5 of Swords. Ooh. Okay, you got the 4 of Wands. So it's funny because this is all about instability, and I mentioned before 4s are all about stability. So I think what it is, you have to kind of go through a little mental turmoil before things start to just make sense, right? So before you start to get to that stability, and just maybe a little bit of manifestation work throughout the month to help get to this point. So, so Mystical Lena, something about retrograde popped up. That's super funny because I kind of forgot about retrograde until you guys pointed it out, and then it kind of made last week make a little more sense. But I think that's hilarious when you start talking about something and then it starts popping up on your Facebook ads and Google ads, and it's just everywhere. So I have Tiff next. Brandon, you are next. Or after that. And it's funny because people suggest the Wild Unknown. Thank you for this subscribe, Supernatural. I love that name. How fitting for this channel. Ariana, you're so welcome for the clarifier. So I think, even though you kind of have to, the sort of turbulence before the calm kind of thing. I know that's backwards, isn't it? But, you kind of have to go through the rocky stuff before it starts to smooth out. Yeah, Supernatural, you can totally have a reading. It looks like the queue is working. So I'm going to go through Tiffany and Brandon, and then I am going to check the queue because I've noticed some joins after that. And Paige, you're so welcome. Anytime. Thank you. Nice. Yeah, the queue's finally working. I think it just needed to think, I guess. We all had a rough Friday, so I won't hold it against Stream Elements. All right, Tiff, let's do yours. What can you expect or face for the month of June? What can Tiffany expect or face for the month of June? Oof. All right. You got a few cards. So what I'm going to do is figure out the overall theme and give you sort of like a summation of what's going on. You've been really thinking about a lot, haven't you? Like you've been trying. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So let's do it this way. You got some swords, you got some pentacles, and I will show you that last one last. All right. So you have the 10 of swords and the 4 of swords. And it seems like you've just been stressed out, and I know kind of what you're going through. You've been working a lot towards school and stuff like that. And this card here, you can see like you have that point where you're trying to come into some mental awakening, aka learning and doing well in your classes and stuff like that. So yeah, but at the same time, it's stressful. It weighs on you, and you're constantly thinking about it, and it's just kind of wearing you out a little bit. But the good thing is it's a passion, right? So despite all of that struggle, you're going to stand out, and you're just going to, oh, and this is the 7 of Wands, by the way. So you're basically going to get to a point of, I don't want to call it like enlightenment. That seems so like hoity-toity, I guess. But, you're going to get to a point where you, everything sort of starts to make sense. But in order to get there, you kind of have to go through that turbulence. It's going to tear you down a little bit. And believe me, we've kind of, anybody that's going to school and stuff like that will understand that it'll tear you down. It's going to be rough, but you come out of it. So you're basically going through this in order to get to this. So, sorry, Tiff. I know it's not the best news for June, but the good news is you do still have some bright side in there. Everybody dislikes the Tower card, but to me, it's almost like, you're going through a lot of troubles, and it's like starting from scratch. And sometimes that can just be so refreshing. It's like a burden lifting off of you. All right, so let's see what we have here. I'm going to see who we have in the queue. And while I am getting that up, Miss Dior, welcome. Earth Angel Invite? Intuitive? That is so cool. Okay, I'm slow, but I think that's super cool. So I got way too excited. All right, so we have a few people in the queue, and the order that I have is, I already did Athena. I have Nicole Phillips and Miss Dior. So I'm gonna go through this. I have some people that are still in the old queue, so I gotta get rid of them. Yeah, nobody likes the bumps in the road, right? Let's see who we have next. I think it's going to default to people from last time, even though I closed out the queue, but you live and learn, and you guys get to live and learn with me. It still says empty. That's so annoying. All right. So next, though, I have Nicole. So I have Nicole up next. Go ahead and put your question in. Thank you guys for the subscribe. Thank you, Miss Dior. I love that name. So while Nicole is getting her question in the queue, hi Christina. I went to see the Dior exhibit in, I think I was in Colorado, and it's just so fascinating to see like the ins and outs of these like high-end brands that I know I will like never buy. I've owned one Dior thing ever. Are things over for good with your ex? Okay. Brandon, you're right. I totally skipped you. I'll do you after Nicole. Sorry about that. Way to stay on top, guys, because I told you my Friday has been a little crazy. So I'm going to do the yes or no coin for you, Nicole, and then I'll elaborate. All right. Sorry, that was not a very good roll. Let's try this again. So, are things over for good with Nicole and her ex? There we go. Better roll. All right. So, you got yes. And what we can do is sort of see what's going on. All right. So, although you kind of already know a little bit that communication is not the issue, so what I'll do is ask why is there no communication? So that's the question I'll ask. Why is there no communication between Nicole and her ex? Why is there no communication between her and her ex? Okay, so you have two cards here, and let's do the first one. The first one is the Six of Wands. I don't know why I was struggling with that card so badly. So the first one is the Six of Wands, and this card is all about, you know, sort of flying above the negativity, like if you look at it literally, flying above negativity or hardships or anything like that, and moving on to something new. So, I mean, obviously the communication part is just sort of, you know, the past is the past kind of thing. And then you also have another Wands card, which is the Eight of Wands. And I think what is going on with this is, you know, I don't want to like make it seem like he's leaving you behind, but it's like he's finally taken action to move forward, and these two combined are just, and I don't mean to assume genders, I'm my bad, guys. So, you know, he's sort of overcome the struggles of your relationship and has decided to just strike forward, move forward with himself. So, and I think sometimes it's, you know, people tend to ghost people because of that. They think that like it's easier to move on if I just like completely remove this person from my life. So sorry, Nicole, but yes, things are over for good. He's definitely moved on. All right. Lovely. Yeah, so I have a queue going, but I don't know. It's still not quite working right. So next up, Brandon, go ahead and put your question in the queue. Yeah, you're so welcome, Nicole. And I hope that at least gives you some clarification on, I have a feeling you kind of already knew that, though. Yeah, lovely. So I'll just go in order of when people say join, because that is like a little easier than losing people's questions. And it stands out more. So Brandon, if you were here, go ahead and put your question in the queue. And then after you, I have Supernatural, Miss Dior, and an Earth Angel Intuitive. I just love that name. Okay. Thank you, Lovity. I know it's confusing. All right, Brandon, go ahead and get your question up. Sure. Can you give me any information on my person coming in? All right. Let's see. I like that. It's vague and exciting. All right, let's see. What information can you give on Brandon's person coming into his life? What information do you have? Okay. Ooh. So, you got the strength card. Sorry. I am going to work this out. There we go. I like that. Do it like that. So, stream elements, you're going through it right now. Like, anyways, so the person you have coming into your life is full of strength and conviction and just someone who seems like he or she will, like, not necessarily romance you, but like dote on you. Someone who is strong enough to put you first when you need to, and just someone that it would be a really supportive person to have in your life. So that's really cool. And I like to look at the wild unknown, like the animals, similar to how right away you look at the people imagery. But the lion can be a little bit stubborn sometimes and sort of take what they want. So you got to be a little careful about that as well. But ultimately, when the lion finds its pride, it will defend it to the death. So yeah, you have a really cool person coming into your life. You'll have to let me know when you find him or her. Yeah, I could do 2 clarifier cards. I'm going to leave that card out. All right. 2 clarifier cards on the strength card. Who is coming into Brandon's life? Who's coming into Brandon's life? Okay. So you actually got 3 cards, so I'm going to go ahead and just deal with them. I'm going to move this off to the side so I can look at... Ooh, wow. You got a lot of majors, so I'm going to... I'm going to start with the ones that aren't majors. You got the Ace of Swords. So you're going to have someone who is a little cerebral, but like, I'm going to look at this one actually. It doesn't feel right. It feels a little different than what I would normally think of. So for this one, you have someone who is mentally sure of themselves. So they're really confident and just really truthful. And I mean, it's so, let me see. In here it says, when lightning strikes, the whole world seems to light up just for 1 second. It's a really cool way to describe someone, right? So when you see them, they will just sort of light your world up. And yeah, that's it. Even though this card always seems so dark and ominous, that's why I always have to check sometimes, because I'm like, it doesn't seem right. But yeah, you're gonna have someone who sort of lights up your world. And then you also got, let's do this one next, because it's just kind of in order of how I got the cards. The Hermit. So you're gonna have someone who helps you sort of see yourself. So they're going to see you for you, and I think they're going to help you along that journey. I mean, and it doesn't mean to say that you need help, but it's always nice to have a partner that kind of just relates to you and can see you for who you are. And, it really helps to, when you go through troubles together, to have someone who can just help you through that. And then the last one you have is the Sun. This is like a whole story, so I'm going to flash them again before I move on to the next person. But the Sun is really cool because it's all just about celebration and warmth, and I think it really brings it full picture with strength, because you see that sun motif in strength. See if I can get my light to not, but you see the sun beams here, and it's just reinforcing that warmth and sun. And really, people think of the sun as like a really masculine energy, but I don't really see it necessarily as masculine versus feminine. I don't like to think of it that way, but it's more of a like dominant and someone who just knows what they want and they're going to go for it. So, yeah. Really cool. I can't wait for that to happen for you. All right. And you know, so you're really good at pulling out the astrology. I'm like ashamed to say that I'm an aerospace engineer who is not good at astrology. So I tend not to think of that first, but you're really good at that. So I know you'll know what to look out for. Okay, so I got, my camera is beeping at me. Oh no, that's weird. Sorry guys, intermediate technical difficulties. But while we still go through my technical difficulties, we can still see who we have on the list. Oops. So we have up next is Supernatural. So Supernatural, go ahead and put your comment in your question in the chat. And then from there we have Miss Dior, and then Earth Angel. Yeah, so whoever it was earlier that mentioned Mercury retrograde, you jinxed me. So, but, you know, go ahead and Ariana, were you thinking of Sagittarius, Leo, or Aries as well? All right, let's see. Yeah, like it's crazy because I've had so many streams with this new camera and it's been fine, but now all of a sudden it's just like, nope. But if worse comes to worse, I can switch to my my webcam. I'm just like, what is going on? But it's okay because we're still waiting for the next question. So Supernatural, if you're still hanging out, go ahead and get your question in. It is. And not only that, y'all jinxed me. All right. I might have to go old school with my webcam and see if my my webcam or my other cam decided to Hi Empress, hi Magician. Yeah, you guys can just use exclamation point join so that way I can find your comments, and then I will just go through the mental list that I am keeping. Christina, I noticed you didn't say join, so if you want a question, you can go ahead and put it in the chat. All right, let's see. I'm going to change my camera over. There we go. Hi guys, I'm back. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Gotta enjoy the joys of technology, right? All right. This must be fun or horrible for you guys on your end. So sorry, you get to see like how the sausage gets made. All right. I think that should be good. And then let's just fix that. There. I am somewhat back. There. All right. Mercury retrograde. All right. So, Dior, you can go ahead and put your question in the queue. Yeah, I don't think so either, Miss Dior. So you can go ahead and yay. So let's see. All right, let's do a timing thing, and I'll ask it in a way. My camera's over here now, so I'll ask it in a way that yeah. Okay, I think I know what I want to do. I had to kind of pull myself together after that snafu. So yeah, you guys are really good at pinpointing like those astrological references in tarot. It's not my strong suit. It's not really my thing. I'm not good at it, so I don't like to do it. All right, Miss Dior. How long will Miss Dior suffer with this feeling? Will it be weeks, months, years? How long? I'm going to pull another one just because that doesn't help me with timing. So you're over here now. So you got swords, and you know, I'm going to show you the other card you got just because that will be, it's sort of works really well with this reading. But this is the Six of Swords. Why am I having a hard time reading today? So this is the Six of Swords. Swords is pretty fast moving energy, but it's not quite as fast as Wands. So I would say you're probably sometime in the weeks time frame, like a few more weeks, instead of like if it was Wands, it might have just been a few days, maybe a week. So maybe a 2 or so weeks ish time frame you will be going through this. But the cool thing about this card, and I'll show you the other card, is that you're kind of gonna come into this point of harmony, and then your other one here is the Star. So after that time, what you're gonna do when you get over this unreal or uneasy feeling that you've been going through, you're gonna come into some healing and just harmony, and that's awesome. Yeah, Ariana, I am too. You know, it's funny because I'm not the best with astrology, but I really find it interesting. So, you know, you got to play off your strengths though, right? All right. So after Miss Dior, I have Earth Angel. Are you here, Earth Angel? If so, go ahead and put your question in the queue. And then I have Christina. If you're still here, go ahead and get your question in the chat. Sorry, guys. And Lovity, if you're still here, go ahead and put your question in. And then following those three, I have Mr. Right. Yeah. So, okay. Sorry. Reading. So, and then I have Empress and then the Magician. So we have those three that are pending. I will wait for them to put their questions in. Miss Dior, so any advice? I would say that, focus on talking about it. I don't know if you have a therapist or just someone that you can confide in. The Six of Swords is all about processing and communicating what it is that you are feeling and what you're thinking. And getting from that point is where you start to develop some harmony, because you finally have a way to process what's going on in your head. So I would say, yeah, talk to someone, therapist, friend, bartender. I'm kidding about that last one, sort of. So Brandon, sometimes I will take the things literally, and then other times it depends. It depends on the question and what card I get and what deck I'm using. So I find the Wild Unknown is very blunt. So sometimes if I don't understand the answer, I need to look it up, because it says what it means. It's not very flowery, and my Rider-Waite is really nice about, I'm going to give you a hint at the answer and let you process it on your own and, work on your intuition. Whereas the Wild Unknown is nah, this is the answer. Sorry you don't like it. Yeah, so I think the chat might be delayed on my end, but that's fine. Let's see. So I know Supernatural's not here. Christina, Earth Angel. If you guys have your questions ready, go ahead. Empress, go ahead. Otherwise, next on the list, I have Mr. Right, Lovity, and I have someone. Oh, an Empress. So Mr. Right, Lovity, Empress, and the Magician. You're so welcome, Dior. By the way, I realized I said that out of order, but so Mr. Right, that is hilarious. Okay, let's see. So Mr. Right knows he's gonna act up. What are the results of that? What are the? Okay, let's see. So you got two cards. The first one is the Five of, I keep forgetting my camera's over here now. Five of Pentacles. Uh, you're gonna be spending a lot of money, and yeah, you're gonna be wilding out, and but at the same time, you got temperance. So whatever events happen this weekend, you need to basically remember to just stay patient. Don't get all crazy, and you know, um, just let things process before. If you're anything like me, before blowing up. So yeah, you're gonna spend a lot of money, but remember, be patient with the things or people around you. Oh, thank you so much, Mark. Supernatural, there you are. Go ahead and put your question, love, in the chat. Earth Angel, if you're still there, go ahead and put your question in. And Empress, go ahead and put your question in. Mr. Wright is all about the shenanigans today. Yeah, you're totally good to go. Sorry if there's a little bit of delay between me and your chat. I know, but it's your username says Mr. Wright, so I have to say it, or else I will literally, like, my head will explode. Like, I literally know Brandon's name is Brandon, and I kept wanting to call him Merc. All right, Supernatural. What are Karen's feelings and intentions? Let me get a nice, good refresh here. It's been a while, so shuffle this deck up. Let's get a nice big shuffle going, and then I will find out what Karen's feelings and intentions are towards you. Ooh, nice shuffle. Okay. What are Karen's feelings and intentions towards Supernatural? Karen's feelings and intentions. Ooh, okay. I'm going to pull one more just because I think I'll be wrapping it up. So I'm going to do a little bit of a clarifier here. Okay. So we will go in order. You have the Mother of Swords. The Mother of Swords, in traditional Rider-Waite, the Mother would be the Queen. So this is someone who has been really thinking a lot about you. And the Mother is someone who is sort of emotionally mature and lovely. Sorry, I wasn't sure if you were still here. Go ahead and put your question in the chat, and after I do this reading, I'll get yours next. So I'm gonna just double check. There's something about the Mother that I'm feeling called to look up. Okay, this is really cool. So okay, so this, I think, might describe Karen a little bit. I think that's why I was a little confused. It's not necessarily Karen in relation to you. It's just Karen herself. And I think either this is how you see her or this is how she is, but I'll just get it out. So she's someone who is very clever, very smart, and, or at least this is how you envision her. And also someone that you see as just really mature and sort of, adulty. I can't think of another word for it. But then you also got this Six of Swords. And I don't know if you heard the last one, the Six of Swords is all about communication and working through that mental process in order to get to a more harmonious state. So I feel like this is saying that perhaps you guys need to talk more, because I don't think she has really any feelings or intentions towards you yet in terms of anything romantic. I think she just sees you as you, and you need to kind of push the envelope a little bit more, because the other one you got is the Seven of Pentacles. And the way that I look at this, actually, just in regards to everything else, is just almost, if you look at it, it's very bland in comparison. So, and it's not that she sees you as bland, it's that it's like a blank slate, right? And you can be on one side or the other, and you need to push over into whatever relationship you want with her. Yeah, you're totally welcome. I'm gonna double check the Seven of Pentacles. Oh yeah, it's a period of contemplation. So yeah, you just need to take that time to really communicate with each other. And yeah, that's not really a clear answer, because I don't think there is one yet. You're almost like at a crossroads, right? Where the next few actions will decide that. So good luck. All right, Lovity, are things with the Capricorn over? So I'm going to do yes or no. And like always, I like to do yes or no for yes or no questions, and then I'll expand on it for you. Okay, are things with the Capricorn over between Lovity and the Capricorn? Let's see. All right, so you got yes. So I'm going to expand on that. And I'm going to ask, why are things over between you and the Capricorn? So why are things over between Lovity and the Capricorn? And while I am shuffling, if I missed anybody, go ahead. Now's like last call. Last call for questions and free readings. All right. Why are things over between Lovity and the Capricorn? Empress, go ahead and put your question in. I got you next. And then Denise. Why are things over between Lovity and the Capricorn? This card keeps coming up. Like, I know you guys can't see me shuffling, but you can hear it, right? Like, you got the Six of Swords. You guys are like really in your heads today, and every few lives this happens. I notice like there's like a collective energy that is happening, and it's very swordsy. So for this one, I'm actually gonna look this up, because this is a little different than the other ones. But Denise, thank you. Peace and blessings to you as well. You totally missed my like snafu with the camera and everything. So for Lovity, sorry, got distracted. So Lovity, the answer to your main question, are things over, is yes. And then you got the Six of Swords, and in this case, I feel like it's really pointing out that it's over because you both need this time to recover. And I don't know if things ended badly, or if it was just a really sad breakup or something like that. Basically what it's saying is that you need time to recover from that in order to regain your peace, right? So before, for other people, it was all about finding the harmony, and that's sort of the same here. You just have to move on from it and, get your mind right and all of that. So, and you're so welcome, supernatural and lovey. Hopefully things are turning up for you. Okay, Empress. Let's see, timing. Supernatural, you guys have to talk. It was all swords energy, man. I mean, you guys, that's probably why she doesn't think anything of you yet. So you listen, I don't make the rules. I just do what the cards tell me. Okay, Empress, when will you receive your money? Will it be in the next 2 weeks, this month? Let's see, timing one. When Empress will receive her money. Magician, go ahead and get your question in. I called you, but I thought maybe you had left. So, sorry, let me do a clarifier. Okay, so that this card fell out. So you will have, I would say, probably in the next, you got wands and swords. So swords is like weeks, and then wands is days. So I would say probably about a week, maybe. It won't be like in the next day or two, but it also won't be like 2 weeks, if that makes sense. Hopefully it's a lot of money. Denise, how does Brad want to move forward with me? Oh, that's a nice question. Let's see. Let's refresh. Ooh. How does Brad want to move forward with Denise? How does Brad want to move forward with Denise? Okay. Ooh, I'm going to pull one more. How does Brad want to move forward with Denise? Okay, so your first card is the Strength card. And, you know, when I see this card in terms of people and their interactions with each other, you know, I see this as, you know, he's going to do what he wants to do. And it seems like, I want to look up this other card because you got the Ace of Pentacles, which is, oh, this is great. Okay, so here's your Ace of Pentacles. The Ace of Pentacles is all about new beginnings, but a prosperous beginning. And I know people refer to Pentacles a lot as money and stuff. But in this regard, you kind of have this person who is going to take, I don't want to say take action into his own hands, but it's more like he's confident in what he wants. He knows what he wants, and he's going to basically start new beginnings. And, yeah, that's really cool. So, I will caveat that this doesn't necessarily have to mean romantically, and it might not be romantic for a while. So, Pentacles is really slow moving energy. So he might just want to be starting a really strong foundational relationship with you. Sorry. Yeah, I want to see that for you too. It's better than all the swords energy we've been getting in the chat. All right, Magician. Empress, you're so welcome. Let's see, Magician, your question is, does this Sagittarius that I speak to fantasize about you often? Ooh, okay. Yes or no coin, and then I'll expand on it. Let's see what we got. Does the Sagittarius fantasize about the Magician often? You're so welcome, Denise. So apparently, I know you can't see that very well, but this way. Yes. And let's expand on why. All right. Why does the Sagittarius fantasize about the Magician? This is, okay. What do you have here? Why does the Sagittarius fantasize about the Magician? Okay. Let's see what we have. So let's do this one first. You have the Nine of Pentacles. And, you know, again, Pentacles can be very, you know, physical, like stuff like that, you know, and usually in relationships wise, this might be like, I mean, you know, you're making me blush. I'm like getting hot over here. So if you look at this card, you know, what does that look like to you? And, you know, I'm going to leave that up to your imagination. But you also got this card, the Star. So it's really cool because, you know, and this is for anybody in the chat, majors are really important, not events, but like things that are happening. And they are usually longer lasting, harder hitting, stuff like that. So the fact that you got the Star or a major in this regard is really cool. The Star is healing, but I'm going to elaborate on that because I don't think that's really quite what we're looking for in this reading. Okay. So the Star is hope. So I think he fantasizes about you because he's attracted to you because of this card. And perhaps he's hoping for more to come out of that fantasy with you. You know, like sometimes pentacles can be literally like money and stuff, but it can also be like the physical, so like your body. Yeah, so that's interesting. So that's curious. You guys just started to get to know each other. Oh, thank you for the virtual hug, Magician. I'm glad I was able to get your reading in. Okay, Sigil? Why is A jealous of you? Oh no, we don't like jealousy energy. That's no fun. Let's see. Why is A jealous of Sigil? I hope I'm saying that right. After a while, I just throw names against the wall and see what sticks. Why is A jealous of Sigil? I see. So you got the Daughter of Wands, which is also like the Page of Wands. And I think it's because, you know, kind of sees you making like moves towards, you know, your passions and stuff like that. And give me a second. I wanted to double check this. Yeah. So here's your card. Oh, Sazel. Okay. Sazel. I'm sorry. I really do want to get people's names right. So feel free to correct me, guys, anytime I screw up. But you got the Daughter of Pentacles. That is in Rider-Waite, just in case you're familiar with that, is the Page of Wands. And wands are all about passion, and basically you're at the beginning phase. You're like a newbie in something that you're passionate about, and to be honest, it just sounds like they're jealous that you are happy about something and that you're enjoying yourself and living your life. So the only thing I have to say to that is, so sad, stay mad. Magician, sure. So in my in the description thing, I have a little tip link. So go ahead and do that, and uh, uh, it should pop up for you. Just let me know if it doesn't work. Yay! Yeah, you're so welcome. Yeah, I usually have my bones and stuff, but because my setup is being like janky today, we'll just do the bones next time. But if you ever want a bone reading, you can, my Instagram is in my bio, so you can just go ahead and message me on Instagram. I don't charge for my bone readings, but tips are always appreciated, so just letting you know. And for those of you who have never seen my bones, here are my little bone jar. And yeah, so that's, or bone bowl, I guess I should say. And if anybody would like an oracle reading, this is the Threads of Fate. This deck is all about searching your inner you and how you connect with the fates around you, and how in control or out of control you are. It's a very interesting deck. I really like it. All right, I think I got everybody. Did I miss anybody's questions? No? Okay. I was checking to make sure. Sometimes people on Instagram will message me their questions and I can put it on live, and I can put it on live, and they can, yeah, Ariana, sure. So this deck I don't shuffle like the other one, just because the cards are really thick. And yeah, this deck is so beautiful. I don't use it as much just because it can be a little it's not tough. When I use it personally, I tend to get the same cards over and over again, so I like to use it more so for other people. But it's a lovely deck. It really complements, I think, the Wild Unknown really well. All right. General Oracle reading for Ariana. General reading. Ooh, you got the Maggie. So, in general, I'm gonna go to the guidebook because there's so much that this deck explains. But in general, the Maggie is like getting in control of your inner, like your spirit, not inner spirit either, just controlling the spirit and energies around you, both inner and outward. And it comes with this cute little guidebook. It's if you are curious about this deck, I do have a video up about it, so feel free to check that out. The Maggie is, where are you, Maggie? Okay, so that's an ether card. The thing about this deck is ether cards are sort of like the majors in the in tarot. So it's more of a hard-hitting, permanent energy type card. So let's see what we have here. So the Maggie is kind of like the Hermit, right? Where you need to take time to look a little deeper and examine what you know and keep going. So basically seeing through illusion and Oh, this is really cool. Being able to see these many realities is a gift, and it teaches us to be less attached to a single road. So, what I really, yeah, Brandon, we will totally chat on IG after. Thanks so much for hanging out, and you had some really great questions, and thanks for joining in my jinx of retrograde. But Ariana, that is really cool to basically learn that, so I'm sorry, I was sort of reading through this. I kind of get lost in this sometimes. But it's really cool because a lot of people think that, you have one path that you have to go down and that's it. But the Maggie realizes, like, you can see multiple paths for yourself and each one of them is okay. And sometimes you can do all of them or some of them or maybe one and then start another or, whatever. The whole thing about this deck is your fate is your own. So, thank you for following, Kitsune. So you actually caught me at the end of my stream. So, join me at 8 p.m. Eastern on Fridays. And The Magician, if you want, why don't I do your other reading offline? I message me on IG. Yeah, no problem, Kitsune. Ariana, yeah, it's really cool. And just because I really love this deck, I'm not gonna show it off again. I wish I could capture, well, my backup camera is what it is, but it's really cool. And, it's kind of like you have that third eye there and then your hand, it feels like you're in a lot of control of that. So it's just really cool. Thank you for asking for an oracle reading. But yeah, so I am going to head off for the night, guys. I appreciate all of the questions. Thank you guys for joining me on my lives. I'm still debating on adding another day in. I just time-wise have to figure out how it's gonna work. But if you have any questions, make sure to message me on Instagram. You can message me on Facebook as well, but I'm always on Instagram. So message me there. And if you ever want clarifiers on anything that I've given you a reading for in the lives, go ahead and ask. And again, I appreciate any and all tips. The link is in my description. And I will talk to you guys soon. You guys have a great weekend. And yeah.